The first name I thought of was Trey Turner. Look, he had a good year. This is not like I didn't think he did. He had a good year. His batting title, he played way better defensively. But if I'm thinking about a big contract, he's the one because they could spend that money in a lot of other ways if they traded him somewhere else. What did you make of it, what Ruben said on Saturday to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that moving off a big contract, and there aren't very many to choose from, right? And I know it's kind of funny seeing everyone trying to like figure this out in the comments and on social media, and everyone's saying Nick Castellanos. Well, earlier in the segment, we discussed Nick Castellanos, and we agreed that Nick Castellanos likely will not be back on this team next season, whether, it's just offloading his contract, whether it's trading. I don't think you're going to get much back for him regardless. But it's not Nick Castellanos. My initial thought, and that's why I was like, do you mean like a Trey Turner? Would be Trey Turner, because you also have like an Aiden Miller who's coming up, who's, I don't want to say waiting in the wings because he's not quite there yet, but who is the future of this team. But I was talking to Ruben the break, and like, it could also be a Bryce Harper. I know that sounds crazy, but this is a player who's really on the back half of his career. He's only getting older. He really hasn't done a ton in the regular season or postseason. Like, he hasn't put up the numbers that he used to. When
Preach,
you look
Devin,
back
preach.
at the postseason he's had, there's only so many moments, right? Like, there's only so many times you can go back to bet them at the bank before it gets a little bit old. And he doesn't add too much to the clubhouse culturally. Like, he's a pretty quiet, reserved guy, where like Kyle Schwarber is more so the leader. Would that be a massive move around the baseball world? Yes, it would. Would fans be mad? I think it would be actually more split than you'd expect, given, the way things have gone the last four postseasons. I don't know. It's all on the table. It's all on the table, guys.
Well, I like things are on the table like that. Hugh's ready to take a victory lap.
But I just thought that would probably be the most feasible thing to do in this situation when you talk about the two major players. I think Trey's gotten better. He's attempted to get better over these last couple of months, and I always thought it was Bryce. Great minds think alike, Devin. Great minds think alike.
There are some other big names out there that could make an impact. Kyle Tucker is a really interesting name. Yes, he is going to get a massive bag. But if you move off of a big contract, or you don't re-sign Kyle Schwarber and you don't pay this big money elsewhere, it is an option. And he's a younger talent. He's not in his 30s yet. I know we don't like him here in Philadelphia. He's not really young, but Pete Alonso also said he's not going back to the Mets. Like, there are these other big names that are out there that I think that we should all consider as Phillies fans.